Hello students. Welcome to chapter or lesson 10. Together, we will review lesson 1 to lesson 9. Okay, let's start from exercise 1.
Exercise 1. To review questions with B. Change the following statements into questions. He is a good man. Is he a good man?
It is interesting. Is it interesting?
John was a good player. Was John a good player?
Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise.
Exercise 2. To review questions with do. Change the following statements into questions. For example,
John works every day. Does John work every day? He worked in the factory. Did he work in the factory?
they never walk home with John. Do they ever walk home with John? Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 3. To review questions with be and do. Change the following statements into questions. For example,
He listens carefully. Does he listen carefully? He is my uncle. Is he your uncle?
they had eggs for breakfast. Did they have eggs for breakfast? Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 4. To review questions introduced by question words. Change the statements into questions. Use question words, which correspond to the final items in the statements. For example,
Mary worked yesterday. When did Mary work? She saw him at the movie. Where did she see him? He bought a hat. What did he buy?
they met John. Who did they meet? Or, whom did they meet? Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 5. To review questions with who. Change the statement into two questions. Use the question word who. In the first question, ask for the subject. In the second, ask for the object or receiver. For example, Mary saw John. Who saw John? Whom did Mary see? He is talking to John. Who is talking to John? Whom is he talking to? She told John. Who told John? Whom did she tell? Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 6. To review short answers to questions. Answer the questions with short answers. Use the forms, yes, he is, no, he doesn't, yes, he did, etc. For example,
Does she like her class?
yes, she does.
What does she study?
English.
Was she in class yesterday?
Yes, she was. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 7. To review answers with various question types. Answer the questions with the full answer. Supply an appropriate answer to questions with who, when, etc. For example,
Did John eat his dinner?
Yes, he ate it.
Was Fred at the program?
Yes, he was at the program.
who is with John?
Mary is with him.
When did he arrive?
He arrived yesterday.
Exercise 8. To review the formation of past time statements. Change the statements in present time into statements in past time. For example,
I'll usually buy a sandwich. I'll usually bought a sandwich.
She is making a dress. She made a dress.
she is homesick. She was homesick. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 9. To review the formation of future time statements. Change the statements in present or past time to statements in future time. Use be plus going to plus a verb. For example, he works every day. He is going to work every day. He ate toast for breakfast. He is going to eat toast for breakfast tomorrow morning. He is taking philosophy now. He is going to take philosophy next year. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 10. To review the formation of statements with action in progress. Change the statements from past or future time action to statements with action in progress. Use be plus the ing form of the verb. Make any other necessary changes. For example,
She walked to school with John. She is walking to school with John. She is going to buy a hat. She is buying a hat.
I watched a good play. I am watching a good play. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 11. To review the formation of statements with repeated or habitual action. Change the statements in past or future time to statements with repeated or habitual action. Use the simple or the s form of the verb. For example,
He did a lot of exercises every day. He does a lot of exercises every day. He lived in the dormitory. He lives in the dormitory.
we are going to like English. We like English. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 12. To review adverbials of frequency and manner. Substitute the words in proper position. Use adverbials of frequency, usually, seldom, etc., before the verb. Use adverbials of manner, quickly, carefully, etc., at the end of the statement. For example, he usually learns the lessons quickly. Rapidly. He usually learns the lessons rapidly. Never. He never learns the lessons rapidly. Reads. He never reads the lessons rapidly. Newspaper. He never reads the newspaper rapidly. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise.
Exercise 13. To review adverbials of frequency, place, and time. Substitute the adverbials of frequency, sometimes, never, etc., of place, here, in the garden, etc., and of time, in the evening, for 1 hour, etc., in proper positions. For example, he usually works at home in the evening. Always. He always works at home in the evening. Here. He always works here in the evening. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 14. To review the distribution of an, with nouns. Substitute the words. Omit an, before non-count nouns and plural forms. For example,
John ate an orange. Toast. John ate toast. Had. John had toast. Piece of toast. John had a piece of toast.
beaches. John had beaches. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 15. To review the use and omission of the. Substitute the words. Use the article the before nouns when possible. Do not use a in this exercise. Omit the before names of people, countries, time of day, streets, etc. For example,
Museum. They visited the museum. Canada. They visited Canada. Saw. They saw Canada.
professor. They saw the professor. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 16. To review the use of this, that, all these, and those. Listen to the statement with here, or there. Use this, all these, to indicate objects here. Use that, those, to indicate objects there. For example,
The water here is fresh. This water is fresh. The water there is clear. That water is clear. The houses there are old. Those houses are old. The houses here are new. These houses are new.
Exercise 17. To review modifiers of nouns. Modify the noun, in the first statement, with an adjective, or a prepositional phrase, from the second statement. For example,
The house is on Winter Street. It is old. The old house is on Winter Street. The house was old on Winter Street. It was old. The house on Winter Street was old.
The red pencil is new on the desk. It is new. The red pencil on the desk is new. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 18. To review the use of nouns as modifiers. Combine the statements. Modify the noun in the first statement with a noun from the second statement. For example,
He works in a factory. It makes cars. He works in a car factory. He is eating grapes. They come from Michigan. He is eating Michigan grapes.
they are students. They take engineering. They are engineering students. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 19. To review nouns as modifiers. Change the nouns in the statements to modifiers. For example,
He works on automobiles. He is an automobile worker. He fights fires. He is a firefighter. It dries dishes. It is a dish dryer. It cuts glass. It is a glass cutter.
Exercise 20. To review nouns in object position. Substitute the words in proper position. For example,
John gave me a present. Her. John gave her a present. Watch. John gave her a watch.
bought. John bought her a watch. His father. John bought his father a watch. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 21. To review any, some, other, another, others, all, much, many, none, a few, a little, and a lot. Substitute the following words in the request statements. Correlate any, much, and many, with the negative form, don't. For example, buy some apples. Peaches. Buy some peaches. A few. Buy a few peaches. Get. Get a few peaches. Any. Don't get any peaches. Many. Don't get many peaches. Coffee. Don't get much coffee. Some. Get some coffee. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 22. To review the use of me, to me, for me, etc. Listen to the words and the statements. Include the words in the statements. For example, me. She described the music. She described the music to me. Them. He asked some questions. He asked them some questions. John. The teacher pronounced the word. The teacher pronounced the word for John. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Exercise 23. To practice how much, what, which, etc., with question patterns. Listen to the statements. Notice the words with stress in the statements. Form questions, and ask for similar information about the other car, the other word, the other man, etc. Another person answers the question. For example,
This car cost $2,000. How much did the other car cost? It cost $3,000. This word means rich. What does the other word mean? It means poor. The student was in Detroit. Where was the other student? He was in New York.
this teacher writes with his left hand. Which hand does the other teacher write with? He writes with his right hand. Now, please do the following exercise. You can pause your video until you finish the exercise. Well done, students. You have finished chapter or lesson 10.
We hope you enjoy it.
Please keep practicing.
Practice makes perfect.
See you again. Bye.
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 Bye.